Hello and welcome to this chair yoga class. We're using a strap today if you have one. Let's find a sturdy chair and we'll get started. So we're working on our first chakra, and the first chakra is at the base of the spine, and it involves the legs and our connection to the earth. So I'm a little short. It's a little hard for me to reach the floor, but let's see if we can. And I took my shoes off and socks off today, so I can really feel my connection to the earth. Okay, so sitting in seated mountain pose, you can roll those shoulders up, back and down, close your eyes or look downcast. And this is a great grounding pose right here. So if you feel like you are, so the first chakra, all chakras, can have an excess or a deficiency. So as you're sitting here, pressing your feet into the earth and stretching up tall, I'm going to read to you some examples and see where you fit into those categories. Could be a little of each. If you have a balanced first chakra, you are grounded, good physical health, comfortable in your body, have a sense of safety and security, feel stable and solid, are living your right livelihood, prosperous, have the ability to be still and present in the here and now. If you have an excess in your first chakra, too much energy, you are heavy, sluggish, and move slowly, resistant to change, might overeat or be obese, tend to hoard, are fixated with material things, greedy, a workaholic, or an excessive spender. If you have a deficient first chakra, you might feel fear and anxiety, resistance to structure, be underweight or have anorexia, be spacey, flighty, or vague, feel disconnected from your body, feel restless with an inability to sit still, and have difficulty manifesting your desires. So today's class is going to be all about balancing your first chakra. How do we do that? Starting with our seated mountain pose, if you feel like you are needing to be grounded, your palms are down. If you feel like you need to be lightened up, your palms are up. If you feel balanced, you can choose which way you want to go. I don't think we do one up and one down. You can use your breath, and this is the focus of our class today. If you have an excess energy in your first chakra, as you breathe out, send that excess energy down into the earth through whatever parts of your body are touching the ground. You can consider your chair as part of the ground. So pressing into the feet, pressing into the sitting bones. If you feel you have a deficient first chakra and need more energy, then on the inhale, draw earth energy up through your feet or through whatever is touching the ground. If you feel balanced, then you can both send energy out and draw energy up. So pressing the feet into the earth to ground, we're stretching up tall, feeling how our connection to the earth creates stability. And we'll begin by doing some circles, and you'll notice that your first chakra is pressing against the chair. You're either grounding, breathing out, bringing more energy in, breathing in and up, or balanced, sending out and receiving. And let's circle the other way. Feel your feet pressing into the floor, your pelvis, perineum pressing into the chair. And if you're short like me, you can always put a dictionary or blocks under your feet so that you feel your connection to the earth. And come to stillness. Let's add some sun shining breaths. And again, you can draw energy up as you breathe in. Send that energy out and down your feet as you breathe out. Or focus more on one or the other. On the next inhale, let's interlace the hands and turn the palms up towards the ceiling, pressing down into the feet and stretching up tall. And we'll reach over to one side. Inhale and reach over to the other side. Inhale back to center. Let's float the arms down into a twist. Inhale back up and float the arms down into a twist the other way. Inhale back up and down. Sitting up nice and tall, let the chin come down and we'll draw a little wave shape on the chest. Come back to center and lift the head, and we'll rotate around. And rotate around the other way. And back to center. We're going to do my airport series. We're going to start with airport scanner. So we're going to bring the arms out, shoulder height, fingers facing forward. Bring the fingertips towards each other. And then squeeze the elbows into the body. Moving nice and slow. Notice the movement of your shoulder blades up and down your back. How it supports your nice straight posture. And a long straight spine is really good for your chakra column energy moving through all your chakras. We're going to bring the elbows up shoulder height and draw circles. And circle back the other way. Janice, you have an issue? Go ahead and talk. What do you need? Is that just a, okay? Just a flip, I don't know. Okay. And we're gonna reach the arms out and we're gonna make little claws, and we have two, we're off the airport now. Two doorknobs, and we're rotating the shoulders. Rotating those two doorknobs. And then we're just gonna relax the fingertips, and we're gonna reach over to one side. Come back to center and reach over the other way. So this is called our sway envelope. And it helps with our balance. So we're feeling the grounding through our feet and our sitting bones, while one sitting bone might come up. The grounding through the feet. Noticing how our connection to the earth helps to support our flexibility above. One more. And back to center, and then let's walk our feet a little wider, holding on to our legs. We'll do some cat and dog. So we're rocking back on the sitting bones, trying to get the waist to touch the back of the chair, head and shoulders come forward, and then we're rocking forward, pressing the shoulders back and lifting up. And back to center. And we'll come into a seated triangle. So we're going to bring one elbow down the side of the leg, the other hand to your hip, pressing the arm into the leg, and if you like, reaching up. So if you're excessive in your first chakra, first of all, we're pressing into the feet to ground, spinning our body. If you're excessive, if you have too much and you need to release some, kind of look up. If you're deficient and you need to ground, you're going to look down. If you are balanced, you can have your head in line with your spine. Inhale back up. And we'll go the other way, sliding the elbow down and pressing into the leg. Hand on the hip if you need to, or reaching up. And again, if you need to Release excess energy. If you're too grounded, you're looking up. If you're not grounded and you need to ground more, look down. Or if you're balanced, head in line with your spine. Inhale back up. Toe heel back, the center. Then we'll work on our legs, which are governed by the first chakra. So let's just start by picking up the heel and bringing it down. Doing a little pump of the ankle here. Pressing into the earth. And notice the difference in the two legs. And then we'll do the other one. Really feel your connection to the earth. Move with resistance. Pressing down. And then we're going to move our feet out a little wider. We're going to move the heels out and the heels in. Heels out. Notice the knees are moving too. Heels in. And then you can bring your hands under your legs if you like and circle the ankles. You can pick your legs up if you like and circle in the air or circle on the floor. Do what works for you. Circle the other way. And so this works better if you can bring your legs up, but we can do it this way too. We're going to pick the toes up and down. Toes up and down. That works. Okay, let's put our arms out in front. We're going to push out through the hands and then press up, down. Okay, you ready for a little brain game? So we're going to press out through the hands and pick the toes up. Point the toes, hands down, lift the heels up. Toes up, fingers up. Heels up, toes down, hands down. Toes up, fingers up. Then call that toes down, heels up. Toes, okay? Just I'll call that toes down, fingers down. Okay, so we're working on our coordination here. A little brain game happening. You ready to make this a little more challenging? So now we're going to point the hands down, the toes are up. And we're going to lift the heels and point the toes, fingers up. Toes up, fingers down. Heels up, fingers up. Toes up, fingers down. We're calling that toes down, fingers up. And rest for a moment. Notice how crazy you feel. We're going to ramp it up one more crazy. And again, if you can bring your legs out in front of you, it'll probably be easier. Hands up. Going to circle the ankles. And you circle the hands in the opposite direction. I don't think I can. I keep trying. All right, circle the same way if you have to. And then see. I can't do it. So circle the toes and the fingers in the same direction if you have to. The minute I try to switch one, I end up switching both. So that's a real brain game. But if not, we'll just circle the wrists and the ankles together. And again, you can do it with your feet on the floor if you need to. Tell me after class if you were able to do it with the hands one way and the feet the other. And down. We're going to do a seated chair pose. So you're sitting up nice and tall, grounding through the legs, which are parallel, knees over heels, arms out in front of you if you can, like you're sitting on lying on a table. Take a deep breath and slide forward on the table, keeping that chest nice and lifted. You don't want to bump into the table. Stay nice and lifted. Feel a little constriction, a little contraction in your lower back. Around through the heels. You can even pick your toes up. And back and relax. Do one more chair pose, leaning forward. This is a lovely grounding practice, really pressing through the heels. And back to center. We're going to do a little pumping exercise. We're going to hold on to the seat of the chair and press into the feet, squeeze the buttocks, rise up a little bit, and come on back down. Inhale, engage everything. Exhale, relax everything. Drawing earth energy up and sending that earth energy down. Stop for a moment. You can stay with that, or we can do sit to stands. Let's go for 6. So you're either continuing with the pumping action, or you can have your hands in chair position or hugging your chest. Ready to go? Inhaling up, nice and slow, pressing into your heels. Exhaling, hips back, sitting down on the chair. That was 1. And 2. I was watching one of my senior yoga videos, and the students were talking about how they do 30 sit to stands. 3. We won't go there today. It's 4. 5. 6. And we're up. Yay, good job. So come behind your chair if you need to hold on. I'll stand in front of my chair or next to it, pretending that I have a chair in front of it. So it's find Tadasana, grounding through the 4 corners of the feet. Eyes open or closed. Feel your connection to the earth. Inhale the arms up overhead, just like we did when we were sitting. And you can do this half of the class sitting. Turn the palms up, squeeze the arms towards the ears, and tip over to one side. Inhale back to center and tip over the other way. Inhale back to center, stay here. Or if you like, find your drishti and come up onto your toes. And again, you can be doing this class completely seated, or you can be holding onto your chair if it doesn't work for you to have your arms overhead. And down, and arms halfway. Press the hips forward, coming into a spinal twist. Or push the front hip. So the hip you're facing, you want to push that hip forward so the twist is in the torso, not in the hips. And back to center and twisting the other way. And back to center and back to Tadasana. And you can hold on to the chair if you like. We're going to come into our 5-pointed star. So if you don't need to hold on to the chair, then move it over. But there we go. If you don't need to hold on to the chair, the arms are out, the feet are parallel. So we're pressing into the 4 corners of the feet, drawing energy up the body and tucking the tailbone, grounding through the tailbone. Exhaling, sending energy down the body into the earth. You might even feel that energy in your palms, like you're standing on 2 columns of light. Your arms, hands are supported. I'm going to do that sway envelope again. We're going to reach and back to center. And reach the other way. Last one. And down. I'm going to come into triangle pose. So again, you can be holding on to your chair or one or both arms out. Let's rotate the toes to the left. Hips and shoulders facing the chair. Reaching over that leg, one more reach. And then windmilling your arms, pressing back against the leg, creating a nice stable shape of a triangle. If you need to be more grounded, if you have a deficient first chakra, look down. If you need to be lighter and have excessive energy in your first chakra, look up. If you're balanced, keep your head in line with your spine. Inhale back up. Turn those toes in, turn the other toes out. Reaching over the leg, windmilling the arms. If you don't need them, obviously you can have one hand or both hands on the chair. Or you could be sitting down and doing the version we did earlier. Choosing your head position to ground you. Drawing earth energy up. Or looking up, releasing excess energy. Or head in line with your spine. Inhale all the way back up. Turn the toes in, toe heel, back to Tadasana. Take that in. We'll do one more standing pose, well, actually 2. So I'm going to turn my chair this way. So you want to be facing the seat of your chair. If you can't reach the seat of your chair, then you have your hands on the back of the chair, it can be behind the chair. But if you can reach the seat of the chair, let's do that. Let's step out nice and wide once again, feet parallel, grounding through the feet. Nice straight spine. Let's move the left hand right under the nose on the chair. First time I said to my students under the nose, they all listen to me. So keeping those hips level, again, we're going to spin from the belly. And if it works for you, the hand can stay on the hip as you spin or reaching up, pressing down into the grounding hand. And we'll bring that hand down and change sides. So that hand is right in the middle. And again, if you need to be at the back of your chair, or if you need to be sitting down, bring your hand to your hip, keep your hips level. rotate or reach up. Feel the feet grounding, pressing the floor apart. And bringing the hands back down. Little toe heel back to Tadasana. And slowly come up. Now we're going to do a balancing pose. So if you don't balance, you will need a hand for this one. So if you cannot balance holding on with only one hand, if you need two hands to balance, then you're going to do a seated variation. So grab your strap. And if you need one hand, you're standing next to the chair, holding on with one hand and using the strap in the other hand. Or if you don't need to hold on to the chair, if you're sitting in the chair, you're sitting in the chair with your leg out in front of you. So let's drop the strap, lift up the ball of your foot and place the strap under the ball of your foot, holding on with one or both hands. Find your drishti, shift your weight. And you can lift your toe up off the floor or lift your foot up off the floor, pulling against the strap. Maybe you can take that other hand off. Pull with two hands, or even pull with one hand and the other hand can just be handy. And down. Whew, I came down a little faster, didn't I? So I'm going to come to the other side of my chair so that I can hold on with one hand. Lift up the ball of the foot and put the strap underneath it. Find Tadasana. Lift your toes up. And again, that might be your pose. Or pulling against the strap. Begin to lift that leg. You can be pulling with two hands, or you can have one arm out for balance. And slowly down. Release that. And come sit down in your chair. Keep the strap handy. Take a few breaths here. Okay. Let's bring the strap under the left leg. You need to scoot forward in your chair, whatever you need to do to ground through the opposite leg. And pull against the strap and begin to lift that leg. Now again, maybe lifting the leg for you is here. Whatever height works for you is perfect. We're going to pump the leg. So we're going to bend the knee and press out through the heel. Inhale, bend. Exhale, pump. Puts around the ball, straps around the ball of your foot. All right, holding on to that strap with the same hand. The other arm can go out or hold onto your chair if you need to. And bring that leg out to the side. Push it out through the heel. The other arm can go out and you can turn your head away from your leg. Back to center, nice and slow. Change hands on the strap. and bring the leg towards the midline as far as you can. Again, if you're lower down, you're going to be stopped by your other leg. Maybe you could straighten that leg so you can get the leg across a little more. We'll reach out and turn away from the strap. And back to center, bringing the leg to center, bringing that foot down, grounding you. You pull that leg. Oh, if you're not flexible, you're going to keep that leg straight and pull the foot over your ankle. If you're flexible, you're going to pull that foot up onto your knee. Okay. Release the strap for a moment. Coming into chair pose, pigeon, seated pigeon. So again, if this isn't working for you, you're just like this with the knee out to the side. And if you want a little more challenge, you're inhaling forward with a straight back, and you're putting a little weight on that knee, letting that leg open up. Back is nice and tall like we did in chair pose earlier. Rounding through the supporting foot and leg. Inhale up. Take a moment to feel the difference in the two legs and hips. All right, let's get the strap and we'll do the other leg. So we're picking up the toes and placing the strap under the ball of that foot. Holding onto the strap, we're going to straighten that leg. And again, maybe your heel stays on the floor, or maybe the leg comes up, however high is right for you. And sit up nice and tall, ground through this leg. You're going to start by pumping, bending the knee and pressing out. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Bringing energy into and through that leg. And holding onto the strap with the same hand. You can hold onto the chair or your leg, or you can reach that arm out. Sit up nice and tall. We'll bring the leg out to the side and turn the head away from the leg. Come back to center. Change hands on the strap. And if your leg is really low, you may need to straighten the other leg to try to get it across. But if you can't, just pull on it as much as you can. We'll reach out the other side and turn away from the leg. Ground through your other leg. And back to center. Again, if you're not very flexible, the bottom leg is straight and you're pulling the foot ankle over ankle or over shin. If you're flexible enough, you're pulling that foot up on top of your knee and releasing the strap. Foot is flexed, hand on your knee and on your ankle. Inhale tall, round through your supporting leg. A little more challenge, coming forward with a straight back. Inhale up. Uncross your leg. And back to seated mountain pose and notice how you feel. We'll end with some sun salutes. So squatting forward on the chair, hands to your heart. Inhaling up. Exhaling fold. Inhaling up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. And fold. Let the head go. Inhale back up. And hands to heart. Let's add a half lift. Inhale. Swan dive over. Slide your hands up to your knees, elbows back, lift your chest. Exhale, round back down. Inhale all the way back up. And hands to heart. Take a full breath in and out. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, slide your hands up to your knees, elbows in, chest lifts. Feel that little contraction in your back. Round over, let your head get heavy. Press into your heels. Inhale, swan dive back up. Hands to heart. Full breath in and out. We'll add a side lift. Inhale, reach up. Exhale over. Inhale, reach out and up. Stretch up. Exhale down. Other arm reaches out and up. Sweeps back down. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Hands to heart. Full breath in and out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Sweep up and down. Sweep up and down. Come all the way back up. And hands to heart. Bringing your shoulder blades down and pressing your palms together actively, creating an isometric exercise. So when we put weight on any part of our body, we're aligning the electrical energy of our bones, strengthening our bones. And bones are part of our first chakra, our structure. So let's press into the feet, creating some energy there. And let's slowly come into a spinal twist. And back to center. And spinal twist the other way. And back to center. One more. And center. And center. And down. Scoot back on your chairs. Close your eyes. Palms up if you need, if you have excess energy. Palms down if you have deficient energy. If you're balanced, just choose. Allow the body to take in the benefits of today's balancing chakra 1 yoga practice. You can stay here as long as you like. And when you're ready, begin to bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. And gently move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. Namaste.